This is Noel Tate from Trapped in a World, the Howard the Duck podcast. And you're listening to Know Her is to Fear Her, the Spider-Woman podcast.
Hi, Jessica.
Who the hell are you?
The woman who's going to save your life.
Hello.
Hello, Spider Babies. Welcome back. It's To Know Her is to Fear Her, the Spider-Woman podcast. We're your hosts, Seren and Rey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks, Seren, but we are on course for another awesome discussion. This time, a classic issue. But of course, we are also on YouTube as well. There are a little bit. We have visuals, so if you happen to have that as your preferred platform, welcome. We are your hosts, yes, as Seren said, Seren and Rey, and we'll be covering Spider-Woman Volume 1, Issue 3.
The Peril of Brother Grimm.
Yes, one of my favorite, I should say at this stage, Seren character. But no spoilers. There's two of them.
I'm just saying. Well, I could say things about that, but I won't.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know why we want to spoil. It's a 40-something-year-old comic, but
we're very, very polite. But Seren, how are you? It's been yonks. Been doing well. Work's been busy, no doubt.
Good. Been obsessing over Critical Role still. Like that's like my fixation right now. However, we do have some just news. After all the news we had last time, we are getting a trade paperback of the entire Dennis Hallam / Hopeless and Javier Rodriguez run. It does exclude the Spider-Woman crossover, so it's not quite an omnibus, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, it's good, and I kind of understand why they do it, because those issues are intrinsic to the Spider-Women like crossover. So, if it's in there, Seren, I guess it would make little sense if you don't have the other issues. But for completionists, I also understand that it might be a bit annoying not having them in there. I mean, they're just a few issues to cap off the whole run from Dennis Hopeless Hallam.
Yeah. So, but at least it's all in one book now. So that is good. And then in 20 years we'll probably get a masterwork that includes it. So.
Well, hopefully we'll get an omnibus of maybe the Dennis Hopeless Hallam run and the Pacheco run.
I would love a Pacheco run omnibus. What a great run. Anyway, I would love omnibuses of them all. The fact that this one, at least we're getting masterworks of it, but I feel like also as the original Spider-Woman run of 50 issues, you should get an omnibus, whatever. Excuse me, I had hiccups. But I could also see it being, 50 issues is a lot for an omnibus, I think. So that would be a monster.
It would be a big one, but they have done kind of that. I've got the Submariner omnibus, and that's I think 45 issues, so it's pretty close. It's a big chunkoid. On me,
it's like a weapon. You could drop it from a second-story window into someone's head and kill them with it.
Exactly.
Not that I would recommend doing that, anyone. Don't do that. I'm currently very, very bloodthirsty today. Other news. I went to our little store that we have on whatever the website is.
Yep.
And I got myself another t-shirt because I shrunk the first one you sent me.
Oh, no.
I did. I shrunk it real bad.
Oh, no.
I donated it. So there's going to be hopefully some kid running around with a Spider-Woman podcast shirt on. That's
actually very astute, Seren. We got so that's out there in the wilderness, and hopefully.
So I got myself a new one.
Mm-hmm.
It's very soft.
Yes.
And I got a size up, so if I do shrink it, I'll still be able to wear it. And then I
you
got the
get it?
hoodie.
Yes. What colors? Let me guess. Red or?
I got the red hoodie for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was looking at my hoodies and I go, I have an awful lot of black and gray hoodies. Like, and I only have like 2 hoodies that are like bright colors. I have one that's like a bright blue one that says Wawa
Yeah.
on it, and then I've got another one that's like pink and like a gray.
Okay.
The
Well,
pink
you
makes
can.
it stand out. So it's like a tie-dyed one. So I was like, okay, I need something a little brighter to brighten up my hoodie selection because you can never have enough hoodies, guys.
Yeah, you can
So
rock red. No, for sure.
yeah,
That's gonna be
and it looks
yeah.
really good. Like it looks really good on the hoodie. And
Nice.
I got the standard hoodie. I didn't get any of the fancy ones, but it's a really nice
No.
hoodie, despite the
Yep. Nice
nice.
and warm. Yeah. Okay.
I haven't put it on yet. I just got it today, actually. So
Oh, just today. Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
just today. So it's an excellent hoodie, and it is very nice, and I like it a lot. So I will wear it a lot. So it will be
Yes. Spread the word. Use yourself as a human billboard, or a whatever. Yeah, that's
critical role and like weird hoodies I've got. Although the one I have on right now, you guys obviously can't see it because I don't have a camera. But it's like a little mushroom person. And it's very cute, and they're holding a strawberry and like cuddling a strawberry.
is that
Mario?
Mario?
I usually don't fall for Instagram ads, but I saw this
Okay.
one from Hot Topic, and I was like, "Oh, that's really fucking cute. I need it."
Okay, so it's not a mushroom from Super Mario Brothers.
No, it's just a cute
No.
little mushroom person.
Okay.
And then got, like a little snail with a hat on the sleeve,
Why
and a
not?
fairy frog, and a hedgehog. It does not look like Sonic.
Oh, okay. Well, again,
It's super cute. It's a cute hoodie. You've probably seen the ad soften around.
I am going to keep my eyes out for that now. A hedgehog, a mushroom, a frog.
Yeah, the main picture on the chest is a little. It's
and a
just
snail.
a little mushroom person, and I'll send it to you. It's
Cool.
very cute. It's really cute.
Please do.
Like,
yes, all right.
it was from Hot Topic.
Yes. Well, I mean, Spider Babies. Go check it out as well. And while you're at
nothing to do with Spider-Man.
it, exactly. But while you're at it, please check out the T Public store as well.
Yes.
And join Seren in sprucing your wares and your,
Yeah,
your...
actually, the T-shirt I got this time, I did splurge a little bit on the T-shirt. I got the upgraded material, and it's super soft, guys.
Okay.
I got it's like a red heather, and it is like super super soft. I'm probably going to shrink it because I do all the time whenever I do it, but it's nice and long. So if I do shrink it, it's not going to shrink.
Okay, then it'll kind of fit into.
Yeah.
I'm getting visions of Marty McFly in Back to the Future 2 when the jacket kind of conforms to his size. I don't know.
No. No, but it's it's really soft. It's really
nice.
So totally worth upgrading to the super soft, like heather colored T-shirt.
You heard it from one of the hosts there. Then it's a recommend for just upgrading a little bit more to get that better fabric. And yeah, again, the link will be in the show notes. And again, go check it out. It's mainly just the logo to our show, Seren, at the moment.
Yes.
But who knows?
You can get mugs. Actually, I think we need to add a mouse pad because I need a mouse pad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, I need one as well. I'm using this old, Australia one I got from the $2 shop. So
I threw my old one out. I had one from Mists of Pandaria from World of Warcraft. That's how old it was. That campaign's like 10 years old or more.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay, like the rubber on the back was finally starting to disintegrate, and I was like, okay, 10 years is a really good length of time for a mouse pad.
That's a good return of investment there.
I thought so. I finally got rid of it, and I haven't replaced it. I meant to replace it with a Critical Role or the Spider-Woman game map, and both of those were discontinued by the time I got around to it. And I was very upset about it.
Well, to know who is to fear her. Mouse pad. I'll get one as well. And again, there you go. We'll add it to the list. I'm sure it's easy enough to add that.
I have a question for you. Speaking of games and such, how has Marvel Champions been for you? Have you played it yet?
I haven't got it yet. The guy's sending it over. I can't wait. I went kind of all out because he's going overseas, so he was selling his whole set, and he's got like 23 expansion
packs
or whatever. Yeah, and and it includes the champions and Saren. I've gone all out, and it's gone. It's got the one with Spider Woman. So
yeah,
the Red Skull one.
Red Skull one with Spider Woman and Hawkeye. And
Yes.
here's the thing, I have to give it to Marvel Champions. I know I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. She is at least an A tier character in that game. I've heard she's even better with new expansions and some of the things they've added since then.
Wow.
They really put their research into her, and they were like, Spider-Woman's a good character.
I can't wait to play it. So yeah, just waiting. Should be coming maybe in the next couple of weeks or so. But I've got to get acquainted with the game first, and then definitely will try Jessica Drew's.
Yeah, she's
player.
Really good, and she apparently with how her deck is designed, like you could like change her up. You can get some pretty wild and crazy OP builds with her apparently.
Oh, awesome!
If anyone of our listeners have played the Champions game, I haven't really played it yet, but if you have the game and played it and have played as Jess, let us know what you think.
Yeah, please do. That's a great idea. Just let us know. Yeah, I mean, it's another aspect, I guess, of this podcast, Seren. Not only the comics, but TV, film, and games as well. Love to do a deep dive into Spider-Woman in games. That would be great.
Oh man, we can. That means I would have to re-download a Future Fight. Becking keeps changing too much for my liking, though. Speaking of games as well, there is a Marvel United Kickstarter going on. It's their season 3. They've raised a fuck ton of money. Jess was available in the first round actually as a unlock feature, so I actually do have it. I did buy into the last X-Men round only so that I could get access to the first round because I missed the first round.
So sorry, Seren. What game is this?
It's called Marvel United.
Okay.
And there's like 2 days left on the Kickstarter.
Okay.
So I bought into the X-Men one. We all know I'm not the biggest X-Men fan. But I bought into the X-Men one so I could get the Fantastic Four and so that I could get the previous Kickstarter sets. Except for the core set, which was available like in Walmart. So I got the box lunched one because that had the Wasp, and the Walmart version has Venom as one of the allies. So I went with the one that had Wasp. So I have that, and I have those sets. But now they have a season 3. In season 3, you've got your Secret Invasion. So I'm wondering if they kind of worked Jess's link to Veronica in there. And they've got Civil War.
Yeah.
And then they got War of Kings, which is my Inhumans family, which I was resisting until War of Kings came out, and then I went off. So
it sounds like it's leaning into the comics, because it could have gone into the MCU, but yeah,
it's a little bit of both because they just released the pet set that has Jeff the Landshark on it, and Chewie's on it, but they call it Chewie Goose. So it's a little 6 to 1/2 dozen of the other, but it comes with minis. So if you're like someone who likes games with minis and you like to paint minis, you don't have to paint the minis. All the minis are color coded with good guys, bad guys, and people in between. But as soon as I saw the War of Kings, I went, well, got to get that. Also, War of Kings is a great comic book series, so you should just read it.
Yeah, I missed that. I should read it though, but yeah,
it is excellent.
Well, I've learned something here. Marvel United on Kickstarter. We'll try to get. We'll scrounge around a link for everyone as well. And
the biggest buy-in. If you pledge like $460, you get everything, including the Fing Fang Foom bad guy, which I was not about to pledge into because it had a lot of other expansions I didn't want. But it has everything. So it's like $460 for like 8 different, like the core set for the multiverse core set, and then like 8 different expansions. It's insane. Like it's a really thought out game, and all the expansions you have, like I haven't played it yet, but like you have your core set, then you have all the expansions, so then like it just expands on everything. So it's really good.
That's so cool. That sounds really cool. Definitely got to check it out. There's only you mentioned only a couple of days left though. So
and but Jess was part of the first expansion, which actually kind of floored me, believe it or not. So I was like, well, I want her, so I'm gonna buy into the pack to get her.
Nice. Oh yeah, why not? Sounds good. You got Fantastic Four as well. They're always
Yeah, there's a
fun.
Fantastic Four set, and then what was funny is Fantastic Four was available for the X-Men Kickstarter, and then they decided to bring in Galactus for this one. They're like, well, why didn't you let us, for people who didn't opt into Fantastic Four last time, can you let us opt into them this time, since Galactus is technically their villain? And they did.
Yeah, good. Great.
Yeah.
They listened, which is really good.
I've been getting like 7 Kickstarter updates a day since I pledged. I'm like, oh my God, stop.
Do you like browse Kickstarter a lot, Seren? Because
No.
no, okay.
I do
so
not.
How did you come across?
I only do Kickstarters that like people I might follow on the interwebs do. So if I do like Dispel Dice recently did one, I'll probably check it out. Or like there was a World of Darkness one for Werewolf the Apocalypse I did like 6 years ago. And I still finding a werewolf group is harder than finding a D&D. But anyway.
Anyway, so sounds good. We'll put some info in the show notes for everyone. Just the last bit of bad news. I mean, Seren, I sent you a message, and just an update in case you haven't seen your inbox. I dropped it off in Discord.
Did you?
Yeah, just this morning. I think,
yes,
I
see it now. Yes, I totally gave you a swear bomb when I saw it. Yes, okay, I did see it.
Yes, but finally got those badges out, so they'll be making their way to the competition winners back late last year, and of course one for Seren. Why not? Of course.
Yes, I will put it on my lanyards for when I go to Comic Cons.
Yeah.
I actually need to sort my Comic Con badges. I've got like 8 years of Comic Con badges hanging on my wall, and I'm like, those need to be distributed more evenly across the wall instead of on one.
Oh, you should. I love badges. They're good. This one's a big one, so you can put it front and center, Seren. You can,
Yeah, I will.
It'd be the nucleus to the atom or whatever.
I don't know. I'm not that smart. How big would you say it is?
It is 75 mils or something like that. So 7.5 centimeters. So it's
7.5 cm to inches because we're backwater here. Oh, that's a big pin. 2.9 for you, almost like a 3-inch pin.
It's a big pin. It is, yeah. Pin. It's like it's like one year. I don't know.
That's a book bag pin.
Yes, exactly.
Gotta go on my Comic Con backpack that I use every year. That I got for $15 at Walmart, and I'm kicking myself for not getting a second one.
Ah, yes, of course. But yeah, so again, apologies for the delay, but finally got there. Yes.
Yeah, I got distracted by Champions and Marvel United. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no, yeah, Champion. Yeah, exactly. I mean Champions too. No, I'm talking about the apologies for sending the badges out. I mean,
dude, it's expensive. It's coming from Australia. That's like no big deal.
Yeah. From the mud ball that is down under. So anyway, Seren, we are here for a classic run review.
We are.
This is a good one. Let me so again, for YouTube viewers, you are privy to the comic book. So can you see that, Seren? Is that up? Okay, excellent. And yes.
Oh no, I just see our logo. I don't see our.
Oh, you don't. Oops, sorry, my fault again. It's just working out the kinks here.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Well, there's a black. Got it. We're here.
We go. We're here. So yeah, this would be cool. So for those, again, the YouTube video will be out the same time as a podcast. So if you want to go check out the visuals that Seren and I are referring to, please jump over there. But yes, Seren, what do we have on the platter this episode?
So today is Spider-Woman Volume 1, Number 3, The Peril of Brother Grimm. Nice and ominous. Release date was March 7th, 1978. Cover date of June 1978. Our writers are Marv Wolfman, penciler Carmine Infantino, inkers Tony DiZengaya, colorist Michelle Wolfman. I'm assuming is Marv's wife.
Oh, okay.
Marv some way, maybe? People who might know better, let us know. Letterer is Joe Genovese, and editor is Marv Wolfman.
Well, the colors are quite nice, actually. So yeah, that's
the colors on this issue were really issue were really good.
Yes, available in floppy format, of course, on Marvel Unlimited, as well as you can actually buy it if you want on the Marvel app or on the Kindle /Comixology one. It's in the Marvel Masterworks edition, still in the volume 1, which I believe Seren goes up to issue 9. Is that correct?
Wait, say that again.
I think volume 1 of the Marvel Masterworks goes up to issue 9 as well.
I think
doesn't
it's
it? Plus
8.
8. Okay. Well, still within that.
Yeah.
Within that range, and it's in the long out of print essential collection. It's one of the few Seren floppies of volume 1 that I don't have, so I'm still scouring place to find it.
This issue?
Yeah,
I have it. I'm gonna have to dig. I'm pretty sure I have this one.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm actually double checking the Marvel Masterworks, yo. So hopping over to the evil bad guy. Marvel Masterworks. It 1 to 8.
1 to 8. Well done, Seren. You're gonna mind like a stick of track.
Marvel Spotlight 32, Marvel 2-in-1 29 to 33, and Spider-Woman 1978 1 to 8.
Yeah, nice. So this is well within that collection.
Yep.
And for listeners that don't or haven't listened before, Seren and I will go through a synopsis provided by Wiki this time, and then we'll just discuss some notes, I guess. And we have some listener feedback, and we'll cap it off with a spider score. Dun 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 dun.
Eventually, we'll have tinfoil hats. If it wasn't for the fact that I don't like a certain artist, I'd be reading a certain Avengers series. However,
yes,
not a fan.
No, well, that's ending soon, hopefully. So
I am not surprised. If they had different artists, it probably would have lasted longer. I'm not bitter. Anyway, let's get into this awesome issue of comics because it was really good. It was a lot of information. Cool. Courtesy of our friends at the Wiki.
Thank you, Uncle Wiki.
Uncle Wiki. I find that very interesting. Why is that so funny?
Uncle Wiki.
Uncle Wiki. I'm sorry.
Sounds a weird name.
I'm not gonna laugh while I talk about this. Maybe I will. Los Angeles, California, and a pair of costume twins called the Brothers Grimm are terrorizing a stage production of Hansel and Gretel and rob the audience of their valuables. Later, they terrorize the home of Congressman James T. Wyatt, where they try to blackmail the congressman out of $50,000. When Wyatt complied, he was locked in a safe to die. Meanwhile, Jessica Drew and her friend Magnus arrive in Los Angeles, where Jessica begins looking for a job and lodgings, as well as continuing her search for her father. The two of them end up taking rooms with Priscilla Dolly, an eccentric landlady who has 2 sons named Jacob and William. Interesting. With Magnus's help, Jessica finds out that her father is dead and visits his grave. She gets upset at Magnus, figuring that he manipulated her like the High Evolutionary and Hydra before him. However, Magnus advises her that he only wishes to help her to learn the truth behind her father's death. That night, as Spider-Woman just breaks into police headquarters to learn more about her father's death, finding the file, she suddenly becomes interested in the loud conversation happening in the next office. Listening, she overhears James Wyatt giving a statement to the police. Dismissing this as none of her business, Jessica heads home with the file on her father. Reading it with Magnus, Jessica learns that her father worked for a company called Pyrotechnics and that he had ties with the congressman. As she considers paying the congressman a visit, her thoughts are interrupted when she overhears Jacob and William Dolly arguing with each other. However, their spat is quickly dispelled by their mother, Priscilla, who wishes things could be like they were before their father died. Later, Jessica goes out as Spider-Woman and confronts the congressman at his office looking for answers. The senator tries to shoot her, but she disarms him with a venom blast. As she tries to get answers out of him, they are interrupted by Brother Grimm, who bursts into the room. As it turns out, Wyatt gave Brother Grimm counterfeit money the night before, and now he has come to demand more.
When Spider-Woman tries to learn who Brother Grimm is, the villain attacks her. While they fight, Congressman Wyatt calls the authorities. Defeating Brother Grimm, Spider-Woman flees the scene when she hears police sirens approaching, leaving Brother Grimm for the cops, telling Wyatt that she will be back. When the authorities arrive on the scene, the congressman fears that Spider-Woman could ruin him if news got out that he was handing out counterfeit money and begins plotting to silence her. Outside, Spider-Woman watches as the officers take Brother Grimm into custody. Deciding that she hit a dead end here, she decides to investigate the only other lead she has, Pyrotechnics Incorporated. When the police get Brother Grimm to the station for questioning, he refuses to talk. On her way back to her apartment, Spider-Woman is once more attacked by Brother Grimm. The fact that he is not in police custody and that he has an entirely different demeanor confuses her. She tries to subdue him, but Brother Grimm manages to escape and warns her to stay out of his business in the future. Returning to her apartment, she tells Magnus that she will investigate pyrotechnics tomorrow. That's when they hear a radio report about Brother Grimm breaking out of jail. To her surprise, his escape happened an hour after her last encounter with him, leaving her to wonder what is going on.
What's going on?
You can imagine, Seren, back in the day, this would have been slightly confusing. But yeah,
it's
but we
still
all know.
Slightly confusing. Truth be told, as I'm going through the synopsis, I'm sitting here thinking, if this comic was done now, it would have ended where I had ended my part of the synopsis.
Oh yes.
It was very long.
So yeah, and thank you, Wiki. Very, very long there. Hopefully, everyone is still with us. But yeah, it's
one of the better written Wiki synopsises.
Mhm.
By the way, I have to say, whoever wrote this one, this is really good.
Yeah, it is. It's without getting like into sentence by sentence of what happened. Yeah, it did really well. And spoilers. I did enjoy this issue, so I think they did a decent job. Sarah, overall impressions. What did you make of issue 3?
It's definitely one of those introductory issues, so it kind of dragged for me a little bit. I thought it was a little long. Like it didn't have to be as long as it was, but they had a lot of ground to cover. And they covered it very well. I forgot how creepy that Priscilla Dolly is with her room full of fucking dolls.
Yes. Very horror.
Yeah. We're getting into Spider-Woman's horror thing, guys. That said, though, I liked it. Other than I felt it was a little long.
Yeah.
And also, overall, I guess in that start there with Jess when we first see her and Magnus, how quick she is to anger, which is pretty consistent through a lot of Jess's stories, which I appreciate.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yes. No, good point. True. Look, I enjoyed it as well. I think I was riding the wave of just having Brother Grimm in it. I mean, it's just a fun character. One of the more memorable ones. I mean, there are so many in volume 1, but I really do like Brothers Grimm. We see them later as members of the Night Shift, and they ended up tackling Cosmic Spidey in Acts of Vengeance. So I have fond memories of them, in the early 90s, and so seeing them basically in their inception here got me really excited. So this issue, it was long, so I agree with you there, but it was just the joy of seeing these characters unfold.
After
so that
the 90s, did you ever see them again until they showed back up in Justice comic? Or
no, yeah, I think it was Carla Pacheco just added them in. Yeah, that was the last time. I haven't been looking for them, I guess, admittedly, but yeah, I think they just dropped off. But
I'm just thinking of how to use them in her comic. It was so good.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, they're so cool because they're like fairy tale and magic, and you just don't know how they do it. Is it tech or is it actually magic? That sort of stuff. And we'll get into it in later issues as to what the hell is happening here. But I enjoyed a lot of this. First thing, want to point out, because we did touch upon it at the beginning, Michelle Wolfman's colors. And with Seren, because we've got some of the
Yes.
pages up here. She does I mean, I've never actually heard of her doing colors, and she's done a fine job.
Yeah, I truly didn't know she actually did any of this, and I'm assuming she's related to Marv somehow.
I'm assuming, yeah. I mean, what are the chances? Like,
yeah, but like the colors here are really good, and I don't recall like you usually know who your colorists and artists are as you through the years, and she's not one I hear talked about often, which is unfortunate because these are really good colors, guys.
Yeah,
the colors
really
can make
good.
or break an issue. They really can. Like colorist jobs, I think colorists artists in general don't get a lot of love, but I feel like colorists get even less love than line artists do because
they do. Yeah,
you can have some crappy line artists. No offense to the ones I don't like. You know who I don't like, guys. But a good, really excellent colorist can come in and like make that line work look so much.
Absolutely.
Like, or in the case of like when we had Para and why can I not remember the colorist name of the recent Spider-Woman run? Oh my god.
So the colorist on the spot
on Pacheco's Spider-Woman run. Who was that? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Because he was really good. Because he and Para together.
Was that Matt Hollingsworth? Is it?
No, it wasn't Matt Hollingworth. Jesus Christ, guys! I fail. I'm so mad at myself right now.
Didn't he go on? We're talking about him going on holidays. Is it Frank D'Armata?
Yeah, no. Frank. Yeah, Frank
D'Armata.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Frank D'Armata.
Yeah, he's good.
He's very good, and like him and like Para together create freaking magic. So I feel like I don't know, you get a really good colorist with a really good line artist, and it's just freaking spectacular. But then you can also have a colorist come in and, in my opinion anyway, take an artist you may not like all that much, and then improve the work.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Because art can make or break a comic. Because there have been times where I will look in a comic and I'm like, nope, not reading it, not for me.
I mean, there's only so much. Like, if it's a massively, fantastically well written story, that can kind of carry an issue.
It can.
But I mean, it is a visual medium, so the artwork does. Yeah, I mean, but it would have to be really, really good. But an artwork definitely does augment. So if you have a solid story, it becomes a really enjoyable, fun story, with the artwork. So yeah, definitely, I agree as well. They can make or break.
Hug your colorists, guys.
Love your colorists. And again, Jess is looking so vibrant here. I think with her, just the yellow, her costume, her classic costume is always very striking. I do like. If you're looking at the colors of the Brother Grimm, I do like their costumes as well.
Yes.
A little bit more subdued. They've got the big kind of Doctor Strange collars, but the scary mask as well. So, so a lot of vibrant colors, and then Wolfman uses.
For some reason, I guess because of that high collar, I thought they had capes, but they don't.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, they're just like a leotard with thigh-high boots. It seems.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
I literally thought they had a cape, and now I'm looking at this artwork and I'm going, oh shit, he doesn't have a cape like my brain registered cape because of the cowl he had going on, or the whatever you want to call it he had going on. Like, oh shit, he actually doesn't have a cape.
Yeah. I love their. I mean, if we were just to zero in on the Brother Grimm character in particular, I love they have like a floating cloud which he uses to fly around in.
It's very polluted looking.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't. It's like more like smog. But like an arsenal, like he's throwing like bombs, and he's got all these little tricks that
it's like almost like he kind of reminds me of like a hobgoblin wannabe in that one picture.
Yeah, I'd agree as well. I mean, look, I'm sorry for the flicking all the way back here, but if we go all the way back to the beginning, just because we're introduced to him kind of ruining a play, right? And so it's all smoke and mirrors. But yeah, it looks like he mostly has. Well, he's got some weirdo dehydration bomb as well. So mysterious.
Looking at it.
Bit of a mysterious character. And has all like a Sonic thing at the very beginning. there's a grating disharmony. It's called a loud, raucous, ear-splitting whine, and you can only assume that that's from Brother Grimm as
Probably
well.
sounds like nails on a chalkboard or something.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I don't. Yeah, I kind of dig this this kind of mysterious character. Kind of shoots. It looks like smoke from his finger as well. Yeah. So nothing's really defined. You just know that you can do some really weird stuff.
And he's got a crack in his helmet.
He does. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't notice that until just when we're kind of flicking through here. There's a constant break in the helmet there. I wonder. Look, I'm going to go further on because we know. Look, no spoilers. No spoilers. There are two of them, as we said. I wonder if the one that reappears that has a crack on it. Oh, it does as well. Oh, they both have cracks in their heads. Okay.
It's just and it's just going the same way. It's not like a different.
No, it's very. I thought maybe that was like a little telltale of who's who, a little clue, but no, they both have it. I didn't notice that actually before. I just
sometimes I notice weird shit. I can't remember anything, but I'll notice weird shit.
Speaking of weird shit, Seren, shall we? One of the main, I guess, cruxes of this, apart from the Brothers Grimm, is Priscilla Dolly, the mum.
Creepy.
So what we?
I don't like her. Anyone who has a room full of dolls like that, they ain't right.
They ain't right. Let me see if I can find it. So yeah, she's early on, and she has two sons, of course. Where is? Oh, here. Oh yeah. So there's a little bit of a shot. It's again fortuitous or coincidental that Jess and Magnus are boarding at this place. She happens to be kind of connected to Brothers Grimm, but yeah, she's looking a bit off. By way of very old-fashioned, antique-looking living room, the way it's furnished. But she has,
and the dolls are sitting like on the sofa, like they're guests in the house. It's creepy, guys. And have you ever seen like those like Zillow like ads with like the houses where like you go in and like their rooms are full of like Mickey Mouse or dolls or clowns? Yeah. Those houses are haunted. Don't buy them.
Exactly.
This house is haunted. You don't live there. Jess has not learned this yet.
And it's kind of hard to talk about Seren in the way, just because like you and I we know like this story, and because I wanted to ask about, is this a cue? Priscilla, would she have raised some flags back in the day if you're reading it, or would she just be seen as an eccentric? I mean,
it would have raised my flags back in the day, because that's the feeling. Anyone who like, I don't know about anyone else, but if you go into any like old person's house and they've got a room full of dolls, you immediately are on ease. I don't know. At least I am. I don't know about anyone else, but like.
Don't. Yeah, exactly. If you've seen Chucky, if you know, you know. But
I'm creepy about dolls.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was Barbie dolls, that's slightly less creepy to me than like porcelain dolls, because porcelain dolls are creepy.
Oh, have you watched Penny Dreadful, Sarah?
No.
Oh, you'd be freaked out then. I think it's in the second season.
I don't like to be freaked out, so
yeah, porcelain dolls are plenty. Yeah,
nope.
They're all kind of
Nope. That's big nope. Nope. I am noping. I am gone.
But I guess what I wanted to also mention about Priscilla and Dolly, just the kind of style of writing as well, Saren, because I found interesting, and what you maybe potentially wouldn't get these days is this added layer of having that Senator Wyatt in it. It's not a straight Jess versus Brothers Grimm. You have Wyatt who pays this ransom, but he actually double crosses Brothers Grimm, so there's a whole other dynamic to the story as well.
Right, and then really, the only reason Jess gets involved is because of the dual connection to Wyatt.
Yes,
that's the only reason she gets involved. Because I feel like she would not have gotten involved as quickly if Wyatt wasn't involved at all.
True. Yeah. True. No, absolutely. Yeah, so just a bit. Yeah, I know it's a bit strange. Maybe it just added a bit more flair to the story. I wasn't particularly interested in Senator Wyatt, but he for storytelling wise, I guess as you mentioned,
he's the catalyst.
Had a purpose. Yeah, he was definitely there. I enjoy the action scenes, of course.
They're always good. Carmine Infantino is just an amazing artist anyway, so he does really good stuff.
and Jess been able to use it. Funnily enough, here though, speaking of colors, Jess does use her Venom Blast.
It's magenta though.
It's magenta. Yeah,
I'm gonna chalk this up to new colorist, a very good colorist though, and also early in the work, Churchill's trying to maybe like there's some experimentation going. I actually don't mind the magenta, but I think the green suits Jess better.
Yeah, I think the green's a lot better. But yeah, I mean, I didn't mind it at all. Just an observation that and I can understand.
I didn't even notice that until you started saying something.
But yeah, you're right. They could have just been playing around before they ended up. It's almost like you see sometimes as well. It's kind of yellow as well sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen it's like a neon green, so it can kind of get to that yellow tinge to it. I've also seen it. It's blue, like actual like blue. Lightning blue.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But actually, it's been mostly consistent since I think Bendis took it over. That's when it's been most consistent with the green, like the venomy acid like green. That makes I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, definitely, and I prefer the green. And again, just color wise, with a red and yellow suit and the black hair and the green, just a nice point of difference. We also see a lot of Jess's powers here, like her strength as well. She can easily overcome the Brothers Grimm if they aren't, chucking things at her like table lamps.
And one looks like he has like magical powers, and the other one's all like gadgets and weird gizmos.
Right? Oh, that's a good observation. Yeah, I don't know. I just always assume that they're both. They both do like magic.
I could be wrong, but that's the impression I'm getting. When we get to the next issue, that will probably cement it a little bit more.
Yep, they definitely have different like personalities.
That you see, because one's very goofy.
Yes, yeah. So I think Wolfman does well to distinguish that. And again, while you're reading it for the first time back in the day, it'd be like, oh, okay, it is a clue as to there are two separate people, and it makes sense. The Brothers Grimm were writers, German writers of fairy tales. Fairy tales, of course, originated all over the world and were kind of morphed and changed.
The Grimm, they're fairy tales, but they're freaking horrifying.
They're scary and they're pretty dark as well.
Oh, these are for children. You're letting your kids read that? Okay.
Yeah. So another telltale as well. Another little clue is Priscilla's sons. What they call again? Willem and Jacob. Is that right? Which I think they are the names of. I could be wrong. I'm assuming they're the actual names of the Brothers Grimm, like the authors. So
are they?
So I think so.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I think that's a little reference at least to the Brothers Grimm. Seren, the switch as well of pace here. We're learning more about. Spider-Woman's trying to chase her father as well, which is another aspect of this issue. I was more kind of enamored, I guess, with the Brothers Grimm side of things with that for you. But what are your thoughts on her?
I don't like Magus.
Don't like?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Feel man vibes. I think Jess was right to call him out a bit, even if he denies everything. And this might be what I know of the series talking, but also, me just being biased because I don't like the guy and I like Jess. But I feel like Jess is quick to anger, which makes sense considering her life so far. Jess is very angry, as we all know. Jess is a very angry person.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think she's necessarily wrong to call him out for using her.
Sorry, using what?
For using her. Like, she's calling him out for using her. And he denies it, but let's keep reading.
In the whole scheme of things, I found him a bit of an odd character. He kind of just fades out, doesn't he? And do you know? Have you seen him? Okay. But are you aware of him in any modern comics or?
No, I'm sure he popped up somewhere, in a one shot somewhere or something. I think, but
I think he pretty much came and went by the early issues of Spider-Woman. and yeah, I can't say I miss him. It was just you're right. It's just a bit weird.
He comes back in Jess's in the Avengers when they bring Jess back. He'll come back for a little bit. Then after that, you don't see him again.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
At least as far as I know. If I'm wrong, or if someone else sees him somewhere else in a book, because Lord knows I haven't read everything. I tend to fixate on one character, and that's all who I read.
What was his point? What was if I could just ask?
I don't.
Magnus.
I don't
just
know.
just someone to play off.
He's just a creepy old man.
Yeah, so just
a creepy
something.
Old man.
Yeah, weird. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm not too interested like in that. Like, he was kind of more interesting, I think, last issue, like issue 2, when it's kind of within the realm of Morgan Le Fay and you know, kind of magic, that sort of thing. When he's now in modern day, like when I call modern day 70s, he just seems a bit of like a fish out of water, and I don't see him as that necessary. But anyway,
agreed.
Yeah. So we get a little bit on. I mean, you mentioned it in the synopsis about pyrotechnics, and she learns about her father being killed.
Get to pyrotechnics until later. So this is actually, that detail is something obviously that's kind of overwritten in the Brian Bendis run we just discussed. So in that run, she thought he was dead, but he wasn't. Here he is very truly dead. So
yes, she's literally kneeling at his gravestone. But yeah.
So I feel like these parts are kind of like retcon-ish.
Yeah.
By Bendis later.
Yeah. But I mean, so this is definitely, I mean, a setup to, you know, at least an ongoing adventure with. So I'm just flicking through here towards the end. I mean, we do get sidetracked with the further issues, but the Brothers Grimm are certainly on the loose, so to speak. So we'll learn more about them later. I'm kind of really holding myself back here, Sarah, not to reveal too much, because, you know, waiting for those issues to come about for us to chat about what happens to them and their basically their kind of origin, which is very kind of horror-ish.
They're kind of creepy. And
very creepy.
Their mother's freaking creepy, man. It's just all creepy. It's all creepy. We are getting into the horror thing, so you're going to see me getting freaked out because this shit bothers me and it disturbs me. And even if it's not like when we get to the Wax Man, nope.
Oh yeah,
nope.
But yeah, no, you know, I enjoy this at the moment though. Like nothing is really kind of given. Nothing is given away. Like for all intents, these guys are just, you know, there's just a couple of loony villains running around.
Yeah, and obviously the heavy foreshadowing of who they are is in this. It's a lot of setup.
Yes. Yeah. But I don't know, Sarah, anything else that you want to mention about this issue?
No, I didn't realize the Hangman was the next issue, so I thought that was the return of the Hangman, and I can't remember when we dealt with Hangman the last time.
Yeah.
So,
it definitely has volume 1 definitely has like a villain of the week vibe. Like
definitely.
Wolfman's, at least Wolfman's arc that he does in the first few, and then Grunwald takes over. He even still continues that kind of monster of the week thing or villain of the week. But I can't remember the Hangman either, Seren.
It's just his return of the Hangman.
I mean, we're only up to issue 3.
Right. So was Hangman. So now we'll have to look. And again, we have listeners that may know more than us. So please correct us if did the Hangman pop up in some other issue of some other comic?
We've done the lead up. I mean, hopefully we've done the lead up from Marvel Spotlight of Jess's appearance. So maybe
he must be coming in from another comic.
Who
were the other? Do we know who the other West Coast heroes were at this time?
In the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
was Daredevil one yet, or was he still in New York?
No, definitely not.
He didn't go to San Francisco until Chris Samnee and
like the West Coast Avengers, basically like Mockingbird, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Wonder Man.
But I think this takes place a little bit before that.
So
maybe they are all on the West Coast, but interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, because I know the West Coast series definitely didn't start in this. Like, definitely didn't start in the 70s. I thought it started in the 80s. So you're
did.
right. I mean, yeah, but like whether or not there was mention, of heroes going over to the West Coast before the actual title started.
Yeah.
Would have to read Avengers and all that to understand what kind of happens.
Because I think by the end of this series, we definitely have Tigra, who was an Avenger over here, and then there's the Shroud.
The Shroud,
and like Lindsay, but the superhero. I think really just Tigra and the Shroud.
Yeah, that sounds about
that.
Yeah, that's about right because we only get the little bit of Claremont's X-Men in there, which their own thing.
Right.
So yeah, and the Shroud was even like he was never really part of the West Coast. They wanted to recruit him, but he was kind of hanging around. Like I remember reading the West Coast issues, and he's kind of like because there was an issue with Moon Knight, and he's saying, "Oh, do you want to be part of this?" He's like, "Oh no, I want to standoffish," because he's very much
West Coast Avenger.
Yes, yeah, he was. Yeah,
I did not know that. I missed out. I missed that detail. Interesting.
Yeah, early to mid 80s, he was there. But interesting. We'll have to do some digging about Hangman. Out of 5 polluted
I'll
clouds.
give it a 4.
So, you give it
flying clouds, it like Dragon Ball Z. Flying smoke clouds. I would give it a 4 because it's clearly a setup issue.
Yep. Oh, I would agree as well. I'll give it a 4 as well. I mean, I really did enjoy it, and
no, I did too. It was fun.
Yeah, and I did really enjoy the art. I mean, there were some, as you mentioned, did seem a bit long. There were areas that dragged a bit, like areas that I was a lot more interested in than others. But just having Brothers Grimm there and introducing Priscilla Dolly and starting that kind of horror vibe is really cool. I just can't wait until we get. I know, Seren, it's not your fave, but I can't wait to get into those issues where we do take a turn and things go dark as well. Gypsy Moth is not horror, but like it's around that. She's around there as well. I think in the early portion.
Is she the early portion? I thought she was later.
Okay, well, she comes back later as well.
She's definitely in the. She shows up in the psychology arc with Lindsay, I think, at some point.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
There's one. I just remember there's a cover where I think it's Spider-Woman. She's falling from the building or something. And I think there's Gypsy Moth in the background. I could be misremembering.
Yeah.
But
she's called Skyne these days.
Skyne, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We do have some. Let me just get
feedback.
We do have some feedback.
Discussions on this arc from others. I have not read them, so I'm going to have you read them. I know we had them.
Yeah, no
Sorry,
worries.
guys, I'm a slacker.
No, not at all. So I threw up the discussion thread. I didn't throw up, but I posted up the discussion thread a while ago, just before to get things rolling. And on Instagram, we've got 2 short comments. One from Spectre_876. Hello, Spectre. And they say a great series. The Brothers Grimm had a great look. I totally agree as well. I love their look. Anything kind of skull-like, but the red and blue kind of really works for me. And is
it blue? I thought it looked more black. I guess it's like navy. Yeah.
Yeah, navy. Yeah, blue, black. But even the dorky collar, it's just a nice point of difference for them.
Yeah, and I truly I would see the collar and I'd assume cape, and they really don't have any capes.
I think you're probably remembering right that someone must have put a cape on them. I'm sure.
Probably later.
Double check. Also, Carlos, thank you so much for writing in. Carlos said, big enemies and a big podcast. Certainly is, Carlos. These guys are big enemies. Already my kind of love for them. So we'll be seeing them again. Don't you worry. Seren, a couple of others from Twitter. Ooh. And I'm going to see if I can put this up on screen. We got the first one from Jess D. Hello, Jess. And she says, this panel says it all, really. And let me see if I can share this one up there. One moment. Let's get that one gone. Let me see.
Also, just I saw all your notes, but the one that stuck out to me is who would outdrink who, Jessica Drew or Jessica Jones? And the answer is Jessica Drew would outdrink Jessica Jones. no argument, no contest. Jones would put up a hell of a fight, but Jessica Drew cannot get drunk. Until it's proven to me that she cannot. I like that one.
Yeah,
That's a great
true.
one.
She can't. Well, she's toxin, isn't she? Right? Like she gets immune to toxins. So she's probably had the one drink and then hasn't tried the vodka.
I think there's one. There's one. I think it's the Turner D Century issue where Jess goes into the bar and she's like, "I'll have like a whole bottle or something of like their strongest whiskey." And like she doesn't even like get drunk and she just walks out. It's great.
Well, yeah, I mean that's testament to again one of her powers that kind of gets overlooked at times as well. But,
it's funny.
But it makes sense because you know how her powers originated too. But yeah, so he's Jess has thrown up a posted up an image of Brothers Grimm. Aha! Good day, you petty little cretins. I love it. I love those sorts of sayings.
That is like a very memeable panel. And I feel like that should be used as I need to save that actually. I need to link to that because I don't want to go digging on my I'll find it. I need to save that because that is an excellent reaction panel to anything.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I'm just going to quickly, if that works for you there. Put
that does.
In there.
I agree 100%. That's an excellent panel and sums it up quite nicely. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. And
hilarious.
we just have I just responded to Jess there as well, but also to Yancey from Yancey, sorry, at Year of the Loser. And Yancey says, the way the Brothers Grimm arc ended shocked the hell out of me. And he's got the emoji with the big eyes just looking shocked. I couldn't agree more. I responded saying straight out of a horror movie. I can't wait. I can't wait to get up to it because it's just so freaky. But thank you so much, Yancey.
You have validated Rey.
Yes, I feel validated.
Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, so no, thanks everyone for dropping in a line. It's not too late, of course, as well. I mean, this is a cool issue. Just getting your thoughts on Brothers Grimm in general, or Priscilla, if you can stomach it.
She's the creepiest one of them all.
Yeah, she is. She's the progenitor. Is that the right word?
I think I think she shows up later, doesn't she? Like we deal with the Brothers Grimm and then we deal with her later, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
that's when the whole kind of reveal is done. I think.
Yeah, it's so creepy, guys. Oh,
it is very creepy. But yes, so yeah, I recommended 4 out of 5 for both Seren and myself. Definitely worth checking out. Seren, yeah. That kind of wraps us. Before we go, though, I just wanted to give a shout out again to our patrons, our Spider patrons. So Miriam, Rustin, Eric, Jess, and Rick. A huge thank you for all your contributions.
Thank you.
Yes. It just helps us with the show. It's great. We can do stuff like the TeePublic and give away some prizes and that sort of stuff. So really appreciate it and keep the lights on. But next episode,
I love
Seren,
because I have merchandise for myself.
I'm going to have to get a hoodie as well when it starts getting a bit chilly here. But yeah, absolutely. It started raining here. So if anyone heard apologies for any audio, I think it just started bucketing down, but I think it stopped.
I cannot hear it. So
good.
I have a good headset. So.
Seren, I'm going to put this on to you because we haven't really discussed it yet. But next episode, what have we got for our listeners?
I can't remember. I'm assuming number 4 of this series. I don't remember. Are we supposed to be reading something else?
No. Well,
my brain is mush, guys. I can't remember shit anymore.
No worries. No, we're going to bounce to another modern issue.
Oh yeah.
But we've run out of Origin because we've finished that, which is great.
Who are we jumping into?
Well, Jess, our valued Patreon member, she suggested something as well. I think she suggested New Avengers.
Yes.
Or we've got it also tee up Secret Invasion somehow too as well. But
that'll bleed into it. So if we do New Avengers, so you guys get to hear some of our planning. If we do New Avengers, that will bleed into Secret Invasion. So
perfect.
Yes, let's do it.
So we're going to do the Bendis New Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you. I completely forgot what we wanted to do because we're going chronological. I forgot.
Yes, but I will check. Jess, sorry if that wasn't what you suggested. I'm sorry. I will double check. I've just got that down here. I'm pretty sure it was something like that. Anyway,
yeah, New Avengers is good, and I have that somewhere. I have actually that in some. I think no, I only have the hardcover, and when it gets to Secret Invasion, it gets a little wonky because it starts crossing over between New Avengers and his Avengers run, and there's a lot of bleed there.
Okay.
So we're gonna be hip hopping back and forth because there'll be a very Just centric issue in New Avengers, and then the next Just centric issue is the next regular Avengers. It's very confusing.
Right.
But yes.
Cool. Well, we're gonna rip into that as well as in the following.
Oh, you know what? We should also get into giant-sized Spider-Woman.
Yes.
At some point, because
that's got Bendis. That has a Bendis thing in there as well.
Yeah, it's also got, I think, the Fiona Staples one-shot, and there's also a She-Hulk sensational that kind of takes place before Avengers and New Avengers, I believe, because we're right around that time. It's like kind of. Yeah, so we'll have to finagle the timeline of New Avengers to see where those two fit in. And there's also a one shot with written by the art is Fiona. I can't remember her last name, but she draws Jess, and it's a one shot. I think that might be in Giant Size Spider-Woman. It's very good.
Okay.
And it's a one shot with Jess in San Francisco. So
okay,
so
we'll get let's dig that up.
Just in LA. It's just in LA. It even takes place before she goes to San Francisco.
Ah, okay.
But it was written in like 10 or 15 years ago. It's really good.
Yeah. Oh no, we'll definitely have that and put that on the cards.
Yeah.
Fiona Staples, is it? Yeah. Well, Spider Babies, please just keep an eye out on all our platforms, and we will announce it. We'll post up a discussion thread as well with the next upcoming issue that we'll be looking at. But yeah, I might even post up issue 4 for volume 1 for the subsequent episode after that as well, just to kind of get things rolling. But yeah, sounds good. Totally up for it.
Stuff to do. Buy our merch.
Buy our merch as well. Any other final thoughts, Seren, apart from TeePublic? For our Spider Baby listeners?
No, we don't, guys. Like, really, the merch is just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really nice stuff. I didn't realize TeePublic had some. I thought it was all decent, but it's actually like the shirt that I have is very soft, and I like it a lot. And I was like very pleasantly surprised by the very soft shirt. And I was like, they make good stuff. And like, I knew it was like decent stuff. Don't get me wrong. But like, when I got this shirt and this hoodie, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I mean, you're right, and you upgraded.
And I don't mean to make you feel ashamed or anything.
No. But yeah, you upgraded as well, and so that's good as well. So for a little bit more, you can get some really good stuff.
That I'll live in.
Oh yeah, is it still cold over there? Probably is, isn't it?
Oh yeah. We had over here. Well, where I was, it was very funny because we had a killer cold snap last week.
Oh.
And New Jersey, oops, cut that out. My state avoided it.
Oh.
So
cool. Good.
But the rest of the northeast of the US did not.
Yes. Bugger. But well, hopefully things are slowly turning around the corner and it doesn't get too cold. What are we? February now, so it's the last month for us for summer. So it's still pretty warm here. But yeah, we'll be getting the autumn weather soon. So.
And we'll be going right into spring, and it'll be nice and muddy and rainy. So we're both getting into our rainy seasons.
Yes. Blah. But get your merch.
Get your merch.
We'll get
Rep our podcast. We're going into Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
So
yes. Yeah.
wear that merch so people, when they see Issa Rae's Jessica Drew on the big screen, they come to listen to us, because we are definitely going to be talking about that.
We will cover it. Yep. Hopefully we can we can do it justice as well. I'm sure it's going to be a great film.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. With that, Spider Babies, we got to head out of here. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, Seren,
to know her is to fear her.
Perfect. Catch you later.